Are you a homemaker who desires to have more joy in your day-to-day? In today's video, I'm going to be sharing 5 biblical habits that you can begin doing today. In almost no time at all, you will become a happy homemaker, guaranteed. As Christian homemakers, there is perhaps no one thing under attack more than our happiness. It's not all about our happiness, but I know for me, I can lack joy. I can be doing the right things, staying home with my children, raising them in the ways of the Lord, teaching them their schooling, running the home, enjoying what I'm doing in my heart, but lack joy on the outside. When I began doing these habits, it totally shifted everything. Before I get into those 5 habits, though, I want to talk about the one woman in the Bible that we Christian homemakers talk about pretty much every single day. If we don't talk about it, we are thinking about it. We are basing our entire life off of her life. It is the Proverbs 31 woman. It says she can laugh at the days to come. In order to be the homemaker who laughs today, we have to have peace yesterday. In order to have it tomorrow, you need to have it today. All of these 5 habits are rooted in Proverbs 31. I'm so excited to share them with you. Let's get into it. Number 1, she prioritized relationships. The very first thing it talks about is that the heart of her husband trusts in her. She will do him good and not harm all the days of her life. So her husband is in the forefront of her mind. It talks about her children. It talks about her maidservants. It talks about her reaching out to the needy. Her sphere, what she was called to in her life, were the people that she prioritized. In Matthew 22, the disciples actually ask Jesus, what is the greatest commandment? And Jesus answers by saying, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and all your mind. And the second one is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. This entire thing, what we're doing as homemakers, it's about relationship. It's about our husband, our children, our neighbors, the people we are called to in our sphere. That is what it's about. But as homemakers, we can get so busy with our list, the things we need to do. I need to do this. I need to do this. And those things are important. But that list can oftentimes get so loud that we forget about the people. We forget to prioritize the people in our life. Say you're very busy with your list, the things that you're doing in your day-to-day, and your toddler starts having a tantrum, or you just keep hitting a brick wall with your children. They're fighting all day, and it's really irritating. It's really getting on you, or everything's going as planned, and your baby goes and has the biggest load that they've ever had before, and you need to stop to clean up the mess. We can look at those things. Those people interrupted our to-do list, and we can get upset and frazzled about it. But when I realized this, it began transforming my homemaking within the day that I realized it. When I realized my entire ministry as a homemaker, as a biblical homemaker, is about the people. It's about my baby. It's about my husband. It's about my toddlers. When I'm schooling my children and they're just not getting it, instead of, we got to make this list and we got to stick to the program, just taking a second and remembering that this is what it's about. These people, this is what I'm called to. Now, Jesus, he prioritized people, didn't he? That's why he said, second to loving him with everything we have, is loving them as we love ourselves. We have our plans that we want to accomplish, and it is good to set goals and to strive to achieve those, but our list is not more important than the people that we are serving in our home. Whatever you are called to, all of our lives look a little bit different, but those relationships are the forefront of what we are doing. Number 2, happy homemakers embrace simplicity. 2 Corinthians 1:12, it says, "For our boast is in this, the testimony of our conscience, that we behaved in the world with simplicity and godly sincerity, not by earthly wisdom, but by the grace of God, and supremely so toward you." Staying home as homemakers is not earthly wisdom. It is actually very simple. Why are we staying home? To take care of our children, to feed them, to teach them, to manage the home. Embrace simplicity. Now, I know that our list can just be a mile long most days. Simplify it. Something I've been asking myself as of lately that has really, really been helping me, and I actually do it the night before, and I do it the morning of, what would success look like today? Now, if I have a million things on that list, that is not doable. And if I'm gauging success based on me completing everything, then I'm never going to succeed. But if you pick 2 or 3 things, what are the most important things? People getting fed. Supper is always on my list. School is on my list. And I do have a list of things that, if I get to them, that's great. But simplify your life. We oftentimes look at the Proverbs 31 woman and we're like, wow, she did it all. She did this, and she did it all simultaneously. But the thing is she was human. There's no way, woman or not, that anyone can do everything every single day. That is not human. I mean, even Jesus didn't do everything. I mean, he walked at a natural pace. He wasn't in a hurry, and he didn't do everything. I'm sure that when he moved from one town to the next, there were still hurting people left in that town, but he moved on to the next town. He couldn't do it all. And I guarantee you the Proverbs 31 woman didn't do it all. She did the right things in the right way at the right time. There's no way that we can do it all. Simplify your list of things that you need to do, and I guarantee you will become a happy homemaker almost instantaneously. Take some of that stuff off of your chest and do the most important things. And maybe I'll hit it, maybe I won't. Maybe that'll just have to go on a list for some other time, when I don't have all these other things going on. But the Proverbs 31 woman, I guarantee you, when her babies were small, she was not out buying the field. Number 3, avoid comparison. Now, the Proverbs 31 woman, she was not comparing herself to other homemakers. And let me tell you why. It starts out a couple verses down, I think it is verse 10. It says, "The heart of her husband trusts in her. She will do him good and not harm all the days of her life." That is very much related to Ephesians 5:22 through 23. "Wives, submit yourself to your own husbands as unto the Lord." But if you notice, that verse says, submit to your own husbands. You're not submitting to your neighbor's husband. You're not doing what would be good for your neighbor's husband. You're doing what would be good for your husband. Your husband is going to be different than the next husband. And so our husbands define what we should be doing in our home. It is unto our family. It is not unto another family. Let me read 2 Corinthians 10:12. "Not that we dare to classify or compare ourselves with some of those who are commending themselves, but when they measure themselves by one another and compare themselves with one another, they are without understanding." We literally do not have understanding when we are comparing our home to someone else's home. You do what you are called to. I do what I am called to. The Proverbs 31 woman, I believe, is taken out of context. I don't even believe that I am called to exactly what she is called to. I'm not called to go out and buy a field. She is specific to her husband. She wouldn't have gone out and done all these things if it had been a bad thing for her husband. Do you see how the head of the home really distinguishes the family and sets it apart from other families? And that is 100% okay. My life does not look like your life. Your life does not look like my life. Romans 12:2. "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect." The will of God for your life is not going to be the will of God for my life. Happy homemakers, they avoid comparison. They embrace where they are. They embrace their family, what I'm called to, the things that they have discussed with their husband. Number 4, happy homemakers chase joy. The Proverbs 31 woman, it says of her, she can laugh at the days to come. Now, the only reason she can laugh at the days to come is because she has joy. She has peace, right? Now, why joy? The world is full of sickness, of depravity. It will get on you and steal your joy. Not only did she get her eyes off of the world and focus on herself and her family, but she also did things that brought her joy. She took care of her family. She clothed them. She made sure they were fed. She helped the needy. I mean, she wasn't just focused on herself, right? So she's branching out a little bit. Chase joy in your home. Do things in your home that bring you joy. For me, I love to can. So that is something that I do every single year. It is something I look forward to. In my homeschool, I love to do reading aloud. So that is something that I do in my home. I love word searches. And so that is something that I have instilled in my children in our schooling. I mean, you have to do things in your life that you enjoy that can get you through it. The 5th thing that happy homemakers do is they eliminate hurry. Jesus was never in a hurry. Now, this one is so related to number 1, prioritizing relationships. If we're in a hurry, we're not going to be prioritizing what God is prioritizing, which is relationships. Your child who is struggling with their math or their writing or their reading, instead of plowing through the curriculum, we need to take time and go through it. We need to spend some more quality time with that child, with their reading or whatever subject it is. God has called us to relationship, and God has called us to live in a way that we are valuing those relationships. And a lot of times we can get in such a hurry that it steals our joy. It steals our opportunity to be in relationship with those that we love. I don't know if you noticed, but each of these habits, if you put them together, they spell out the word peace. Prioritize relationships, embrace simplicity, avoid comparison, chase joy, and eliminate hurry. You put all 5 of these habits together and you will become a happy homemaker. You will also become a peaceful homemaker. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think of these 5 habits? Are you going to try them? Are there one of these 5 habits that you do currently do and you are getting happiness from it? I would love to have that conversation with you in the comments. Until next time, bye for now.